Good morning, students. In today's class, we will discuss about the analysis of double line to ground fault on an unloaded generator through a fault impedance. Double line to ground fault on an unloaded generator through a fault impedance. So let us consider a three-phase generator with phase sequence A, B, C. So let the neutral point of the generator be connected to the ground through a neutral impedance Z10. Okay. So the neutral impedance Z10 is useful for drawing the zero sequence network. So let A, B, C be the three terminals and let IA, IB, IC be the currents flowing through the three lines. So it is a double line to ground fault. So we assume that the fault is between two lines B and C with respect to the ground. So the fault occurs between two lines B and C with respect to the ground. Okay. So B and C terminals are shorted and it is connected to the ground through ZF. Okay. So in the fault current path, there exists a fault impedance ZF. So now we define the terminal conditions for this fault. So it's an unloaded generator. So the terminal A is not connected. So there is no closed path for IA to flow. So we write IA is equal to 0. Now B and C are connected together. Points B and C are connected together. So the voltage at point B and C will be the same. VB will be equal to VC. Okay. So at this point, the voltage will be VB, which is equal to VC. Okay. So now the voltage VB, VC is between this point as well as the ground. Okay. So we can write VB is equal to VC is equal to IF plus ZF. VB is equal to VC is equal to IF plus ZF. And what is IF? IF is IB plus IC. IF is equal to IB plus IC. So the three terminal conditions are IA is equal to 0, VB is equal to VC is equal to IB plus IC into ZF. Now for drawing the combined sequence network, we should find the relation between the symmetrical components of voltages as well as the three symmetrical components of currents. So we write the symmetrical components of voltages in terms of the voltage phasors as shown here. Okay. And we substitute the initial terminal conditions. VA kept as such, VB as such. Since VB is equal to VC, we substitute VC as VB. Now expand for VA naught. VA naught is equal to 1 by 3 into VA plus VB plus VB. That is 1 by 3 into VA plus 2 VB. The same way, VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA plus AVB plus A square VB. Okay. So from these two terms, VB is common. So we take VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA plus A square into VB. We all know that 1 plus A square is equal to 0. Therefore, A plus A square is equal to minus 1. So we take VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA minus VB. In the same way, expand for VA2 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA plus A square VB plus AVB. Taking VB common, A square plus A, again A square plus A is minus 1. So 1 by 3 into VA minus VB. We got VA1 is equal to VA2. Okay, so we got the relation between VA1 and VA2. Both are equal, which means positive sequence network and negative sequence networks are in parallel. Okay, so now let us look into VA0. Okay, so we should find out whether the zero sequence voltage is 0 or it is included in the combined network. So we are taking VA0 minus VA1. Okay, so VA0 minus VA1 is equal to, we proved that VA0 is not equal to 0. There is some finite value for VA0. So now we have to find the relation between VA0 with respect to VA1. Okay, so only then we can decide how to include the zero sequence network. So VA0 is minus VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 into VA plus 2 VB minus 1 by 3 into VA minus VB. So this VA and VA gets cancelled. 2VB minus of minus VB. That is 2VB plus VB, which is 3VB. 1 by 3 into 3VB. 3 and 3 gets cancelled, VB. So what is VB? What is VB from the initial condition? VB is equal to IF into ZF. What is IF? IB plus IC into ZF. Okay. So now we got VA naught is equal to VA1 plus IB plus IC into ZF. Okay, VA naught is equal to VA1 plus IB plus IC into ZF. Okay, so now we have to find what is this IB plus IC. Okay, so for that we are writing the current phasors in terms of symmetrical components. So IB and IC are the current phasors. So to find the expression for IB plus IC, we are writing the current phasors in terms of the symmetrical components as shown in this matrix. So when you expand for IA, it is IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2. Okay. So from the initial conditions, we have IA is equal to 0. From the initial conditions, we have IA is equal to 0. So IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. Or we can write IA naught is equal to minus of IA1 plus IA2. Okay. So we have IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0, which implies IA naught is equal to minus of IA1 plus IA2. In the same way, expand for IB. What is IB? IA naught plus A square IA1 plus A IA2. And IC is, what is IC? IA naught plus A IA1 plus A square IA2. Okay. So now we got the equations, expressions for IB and IC. Add both because we are concerned about finding IB plus IC. So IB plus IC is equal to IA naught plus A square IA1 plus A IA2 plus IA naught plus A IA1 plus A square IA2. Group the common terms. We have 2 IA naught plus A plus A square into IA1 plus A plus A square into IA2. And we all know 1 plus A square is equal to 0, from which A plus A square is equal to minus 1. So substitute A plus A square is minus 1. So 2A naught minus of IA1 plus IA2. But already we have seen IA naught is equal to minus of IA1 plus IA2. So substitute minus of IA1 plus IA2 as IA naught. Okay. So substitute minus of IA1 plus IA2 is equal to IA naught. So IB plus IC is equal to 3 IA naught. IB plus IC is equal to 3 IA naught. Okay. So now let us go for equation what we derived earlier, second equation. IB plus IC naught, IC we got it as 3 IA naught. So from equation 2, we can write VA naught is equal to VA1 plus 3 IA naught into ZF. VA naught is equal to VA1 plus 3 IA naught into ZF. So that is equation number 3. Okay. So now from equations 1 and 3, we can conclude how the combined network will be. So we have seen VA1 is equal to VA2. That means positive and negative sequence voltages are same, which implies we have to draw the positive and negative sequence in parallel. But zero sequence voltage is not equal to 0. It has got some relation with the value of VA1 and VA2. Okay, so we have VA0 is equal to VA2 or VA1 plus 3Z of I0. Okay, so from this equation we can say VA0 is VA2 plus. So VA0 is at a higher value compared to VA2. Okay, so I have drawn the positive sequence network, drawn the negative sequence network, connected both in parallel. Then we have drawn the zero sequence networks. Mark the 3 current directions along upward. Why? We have IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. So all the 3 are converging towards a junction. So that is the reason why we have drawn the current directions like this. Okay. So now we can see current IA0 is flowing from higher potential to lower potential. Okay. It is flowing from the zero sequence network towards the node. So we can say VA0 is at a higher potential. So VA0 is equal to VA2 plus the drop across this one. So what is the current flow through this 3ZF? It is IA0. So what is the voltage across this 3ZF? 3ZF into IA0. So VA0 plus, VA0 VA1 or VA2 plus 3 ZF into I naught is VA naught. Okay, so thus we have drawn the combined sequence network. So after drawing the combined sequence network, we have to find the expression for the sequence components of currents and voltage. So by deducing the network, we are finding out the equivalent impedance of the network. Okay. So for finding out the equivalent impedance of the network, you have to remove this voltage source. Okay. And find out the impedance from this entry point. Okay. From the point where the voltage source is removed. So when you look from the point where the voltage source is removed, you will have the parallel combination of negative sequence network branch with the parallel of with the series combination of these two impedances. Okay, so now this Z2 will be in parallel with 3ZF plus Z0. So the whole parallel combination will be in series with Z1. Understood? So when you find out the equivalent impedance after removing this EA, you will have Z1 in series with the parallel combination of Z2 with Z3 ZF plus Z0. So we have written the effective impedance as Z1 plus Z2 in parallel with 3 ZF plus Z0. Okay. Now, what will be we know the impedance, we know the voltage in the circuit. It is EA. So you can write the current IA1 will be equal to the current IA1 which is supplied by this positive sequence EMF EA divided is equal to EA divided by the equivalent impedance. Okay. Now, since the denominator is little complex, it's including more impedance terms, we are writing the other two currents, IA2 and IA0, using current division rule of the circuit. Okay, current division rule of this circuit. So when you apply the current division rule, there are now three parallel branches. Okay, now there are, yeah. So IA2 is equal to minus IA1, which is the total current now, IA1. So IA2 is equal to minus IA1 into Z0 plus 3 ZF divided by Z0 plus 3 ZF plus Z2. Okay. So Z0 plus 3 ZF divided by Z0 plus 3 ZF plus Z2. So what is current division rule? Current through this network, this branch IA2 is equal to the total current into opposite branch impedance divided by the sum of the impedance of the two parallel branches. What is the sum of the impedance of two parallel branches? Z2 plus Z0 plus 3ZF. What is the impedance of the branch which is parallel to IA2? Z0 plus 3ZF. Okay. So in the same way, write IA0. IA0 is equal to the total current IA1 into the impedance of the branch which is parallel to zero sequence branch, which is Z2 divided by the sum of the impedances of two parallel branches. That is zero sequence impedance branch as well as negative sequence impedance branch. Okay. And we take this current expressions negative because see, it will be positive only if IA1 is equal to IA0 plus IA2. But in our case, it is not like that. IA1, IA2, IA0, all will be equal to 0. Okay, so if the current direction is along downward, it will be plus sign. I think you're all familiar with current division rule. Since it is along the upward direction, we are putting the minus sign here also. Okay. Yeah, now fault current. Determination of the fault current. We know IF is equal to IB plus IC. In the initial expressions itself, we have proved that IB plus IC is equal to 3IA0. Okay. So just before the equation, just before equation 3, IF is equal to IB plus IC, which is equal to 3IA0. Now, if the neutral is not grounded, Zn will be equal to infinite. Z0 also will be infinite. Okay. So fault current IF will be equal to 0. So in case if neutral is not grounded, the fault current will be equal to 0.